Hello friends, today we are going to continue chapter number 2, First World War and Russian Revolution, lecture number 18. Friends, up to now in this chapter we have discussed about what are the factors that due to which the world experienced such a destructive First World War. We had discussed a lot of things about the First World War in this chapter in our previous lectures. Friends, when we are talking about this First World War, we understood that it was this greed of these European countries. Up to now, by referring all the previous lecture, you might have been clear that what were the factors due to which this First World War happened. What was the reason behind this First World War? Which country was responsible for this First World War? Friends, as we discussed in the previous part as well, that when there is any kind of war, obviously in the past, if we look at the history of the world, there were several small battles and wars in the different parts of the world. But friends, here when we talk about the First World War, this war is considered as one of the most destructive war in the world, in the history of the world you can say. And that is why it is important for us to know and understand the reason due to which this First World War happened. We need to understand what was the result of this destructive First World War. What happened? What was the effect of this First World War? What effect the world experienced due to this First World War. When we were discussing about this First World War, we learned that when these European countries, greed was increased to establish more and more colonies and to do the trading and earn maximum profit from the weaker countries. These had led to the difference and mistrust between the other countries. Friends, we learn about the factors that were responsible for this First World War, in which we learn about several factors like sudden war, economic factor, militarism, groupism, feeling of fierce nationalism, role of newspaper, philosophy about war, what was the thinking of the war at that time of the people. After that, we also discussed about the immediate reason due to which this First World War happened. We understood that it was the attack of an Serbian terrorist organization Black Hand, who attacked on the Prince of Austria and his wife and shot them dead, due to which Serbia was considered responsible by Austria. When Serbia refused to take the responsibility of this attack, they showed their innocence in this attack. Australia, they attacked and declared war on Serbia, and this started the destructive First World War. This is the time when the world experienced for the first time this First World War. Friends, we also discussed that in the factors responsible about groupism, that during this First War, the world, the different countries of the world were divided into two groups, the Allied countries and the Central Powers. On one hand was the Allied powers, which consisted of 24 powerful countries. On the other side was the Central Powers, which consisted of 4 countries. On Allied groups, there were powerful countries like Britain, Russia. Then we discussed that France, Britain, Russia, these were the powerful nations that supported the Allied nations. While on the other side, we had the Central Power consisting of 4 countries like Bulgaria, Turkey, Austria, and the powerful Germany. At the initial stage when the First World War started, on that 28th of July 1914, when the world experienced this First World War. At the initial stage, Germany was very powerful. It almost ruined the French army. But in the greed of acquiring more and more power, Germany did many submarine war as well, in which they attacked on the Lusitania steamer of America, in which 147 American soldiers died. So now, up to now, America, which was the neutral in the First World War, now entered into the First World War and joined the Allied group. This made the Allied group more stronger. Along with America, other supporters country of America, they also, like Cuba, China, they also entered into the First World War and joined the Allied nation. This made the Allied nation more stronger. And at last, looking at the powerful Allied nations, the Central Powers, the countries that were in the Central Powers, except Germany, the other three countries, they also joined the Allied nation in 1918, in September and October 1918. So friends, now Germany was left alone, and at last Germany had to surrender, and on November 11th, 1918, this destructive First World War came to an end with the surrender of Germany. Friends, after understanding about the whole events of this First World War, we also discussed about the effects of this First World War. We learned about the destruction of man and material. We learned that around 6.5 million people joined this First World War. Out of that, 2 crore people, almost 2 crore people were injured, 1 crore people died in it, and round about 70 lakh people became permanently handicapped. Lots of people died due to starvation and other epidemics of killings. Friends, we learned how the social change came after the First World War, in which women, which used to stay in the home up to now, after the First World War, when men were busy in First World War, women started taking the responsibility of their families. They started earning and feeding their families, due to which they started understanding their rights. They started demanding their rights. So this was a very big social change in the society after the First World War. We also discussed about the Treaty of Versailles, in which we discussed how due to this Treaty of Versailles, Germany feeling of revenge had increased. We learned that after the First World War, powerful Allied nations, they wanted to make sure that these type of First World War, after experiencing this First World War, the destructive First World War, they wanted that this type of war would not be experienced in the future. And due to that reason, these Allied nations decided to establish a international peace organization that can establish peace, due to which they decided to establish the League of the Nation. American President Woodrow Wilson, he contributed in establishing the League of the Nation. And friends, we learned in the Treaty of Versailles as well that it was Treaty of Versailles that was signed in the Mirror Palace of Versailles in Paris, in which Germany had to sign this treaty forcefully, which the Germans did not like it. Lots of conditions Germany had to follow in this Treaty of Versailles. Friends, we also discussed in the previous lecture about the League of the Nation, in which we discussed that this League of the Nation was established to maintain international peace, to solve the disputes. But we learned that how the powerful countries, they did not follow the policies, and at last, within 20 years of the establishment of this League of the Nation, it collapsed and the Second World War was experienced. Friends, today we are going to cover the topic that is the aims of the League of the Nation. The aims of the League of the nations. Friends, today's topic is the aim of the League of the Nations. Friends, after the end of the First World War, the world here it is said that at the end of the after the end of the First World War, here it is believed that world firmly believed the need to establish after the end of the First World War. Now the world firmly believed to establish peace in the world, we can say, to establish peace in the world. As we discussed this thing in our previous lecture as well, that now when the First World War was so destructive, now the majority of the countries of the world, they decided that we wanted to establish international peace in the world, and that is why the world leaders decided to establish an international. The world leaders, they all together decided to establish an international organization that would work for maintaining international peace. Friends, here it is said, now the world leaders, they decided to establish an international organization that to maintain international peace in the world. International peace. This organization would also solve international disputes. It was decided that these international organization will also solve the international disputes, and that is why these international organization was named as the League of the Nations. Friends, here it is said, now after deciding, here it is said, this international organization was named as the League of the Nation. This was believed that the main aim was to establish peace in the world. The world leaders, they decided to establish an organization that can establish world peace, and this organization would also solve many disputes of international disputes between the different countries of the world, and that is why this international organization was established with the name of the League of the Nations. Friends, the aims of the League of the Nations were The aims of the League of the Nations were, number one, if we talk about the aims of the League of the Nations, first was to maintain international peace and security. Friends, the very first thing for which purpose this League of the Nations was established was this, to maintain international peace and security. Yes, another is every nation should respect the unity and integrity. Every nation, they should respect the unity and integrity of other nations. Friends, the second is that every nation should respect the unity and integrity of the other nation. Everyone should respect the other nation, and this was the aim of the League of the Nations, that to look after that every country is giving respect to the other country. Third was to give up the policy of war. Third was to give up the policy of war. Now, the main intent, as this international organization was established after experiencing the First World War, the destructive result of First World War. Now, this League of the Nations was established so that the world do not experience another war, and that is why this aim was given importance, that to give up the policy of war, means to take care that war doesn't happen in any other country, means each and every country should develop the policy of, to give up the policy of war, do not think to war, then to develop international relations. To develop international relations. Friends, another fourth aim was to develop international relations between each other. As the relation will be good, they can easily give up the policy of war and they can respect the unity and integrity of other nations. Then, to solve international disputes through peaceful negotiation. Through peaceful negotiations. Friends, another aim is to solve international dispute peacefully through negotiations. Then, or they can also keep mediators with them, or mediations, by keeping mediators between them. So, by keeping mediators or by doing negotiation, by doing discussion with each other, all the international disputes, international problems between one and the other country can be solved mutually by simply peaceful negotiation, by peaceful discussions, or by keeping a mediator between them. They can solve the international disputes between each other. And if any nation ignores the policies of the League of the Nations, any nation, they ignore the policy of the League of the Nation or mediations or its mediations, then that nation would be declared as rebel nation. Friends, here the last aim was that if any nation ignores the policy of the League of the Nation, if they do not follow the policy and they do not follow the mediations done by this League of the Nation, then that nation would be considered as a rebel nation. Rebel जिसको हम बागी कहते हैं, बागी जो देश बागी हो जाता है वो खुद पीपल के सामने अपोज स्टार्ट कर देता है. If any nation ignores the policy of the League of the Nation, then that nation can be considered as the rebel nation. So friends, these were the aim of the League of the Nation. First was to maintain international peace and security. Second, to respect unity and integrity of the other country. Third, to give up the policy of war, means war should not be done. Fourth was to develop international relation, means each and every country should develop a very good and harmonious relation between each other. Then to solve the international whatever disputes problem they are having, they should solve them very peacefully through proper negotiation, discussions, and by keeping mediators between them. And last one was that if any nation would not follow the policies of this League of the Nation, or they do not accept their mediations, then that nation would be considered as a rebel nation. So friends, this was the aim of the League of the Nation. Thank you.